All right. Welcome back to Aaron and Ellie on Kirby Drive. We took a week to go see a dear friend get married.
Woo!
So we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show.
To the street.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've been here, so we've got a lot to catch up on. A lot's been going on in the NBA. We've got some free agency stuff, some draft stuff to go over. I'm going to let Ellie pick our first topic. We've got 4 here that I've listed.
What in the world? Wait, which ones?
So we've got Bronny James to the Lakers, Kyle Filipowski's Mormon Mommy, Paul George to the Sixers, and Klay Thompson to the Mavericks. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I feel like Klay Thompson to the Mavericks is a good segue from the championship game. Mm-hmm. So, but R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to them. But hey, maybe Klay will help out. But Klay's not very good, so...
Yeah, I just feel bad for the guy. I don't know if you've seen in like any of the comment sections, anytime SportsCenter posts anything, there's like a million comments basically just saying like, oh, just don't let this distract you from the fact that Klay Thompson went 0 for 10 in an elimination game. So.
Dang. 0 for 10 is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Didn't score against the Kings. So.
Jeez, the Kings?
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing. Well, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I don't know. I mean, what? It's Luka, Kyrie, and
a 40-year-old Klay Thompson, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. It may just be a support guy.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Someone who at least has experience.
That's true. That's probably the biggest thing is like, I mean, everybody on that team has played in the finals now, but still, Klay Thompson's won 4, I think. So he knows what it takes to win, and it's have Steph Curry on your team, so...
basically. Yeah. And I guess they will not be accomplishing that goal.
Yeah. I mean, they have Luka, so who knows?
It's true. Luka needs to play more defense, though. And then maybe they have a chance.
Yeah. I think there's one game that they keep replaying where, like, Klay Thompson had, like, 60 points, and I think he dribbled 14 times. So, he does need to be the guy who is off the ball. He's certainly not going to be a team's number 1 or number 2. Certainly not at this age, but, you know, that's what he's made for, is to stand in the corner and be ready to shoot the 3. So,
just be ready.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. He said that he felt mistreated in his last couple of years as a Warrior.
At Golden State?
Yeah.
Dang.
Said he felt disrespected.
By the team or by the fan base?
By the team, I think. I think he said that, like, his agent submitted 2 separate, like, multiple contracts for their like consideration, and they said they were going to wait. I think the words they used were, we're going to wait and see how other pieces fall into place before we enter negotiations with you. And he felt like that was kind of like a disrespectful thing to do.
Dang. Well, whatever. I don't know. Whatever works.
Yeah, so Golden State, they lost Klay Thompson and Chris Paul.
It's a devastating loss.
Yeah, they got nothing back in return, so.
I saw that Chris Paul, like, has been to, like, it was like a rainbow of all the jerseys that he's been on, or the teams that he's been on, and it's like, and within all of those, still no Eastern Conference teams or whatever.
Yeah, which, good for him. He's not going to the easy side of the bracket, so. That also means that he hasn't won a championship in his Hall of Fame career, so that is also really unfortunate.
So he may want to take a look on over to the east side.
Yeah, I should just join the Celtics. That's what I would do if I were Chris Paul.
Basically, that's honestly the cheat code.
But now they got him throwing lobs to Wemby in San Antonio, so just like the old days.
I mean, hey, it's not a bad place to be.
I think it is a bad place to be.
San Antonio?
But, you know, yeah.
They have Wemby.
Yeah, and then they also have Chris Paul, and so there's your.
A stone's throw away from his...
from his 1.5 year tenure here in Houston.
His roots, but not really his roots. His trip to Houston.
His roots are in, I think, technically New Orleans, where he was drafted. So, when where did he play? I think the Hornets, not those Hornets that exist now, but a different Hornets, were in New Orleans.
Dang, that's right.
Then they rebranded to the Pelicans, I think.
Dang, Oilers moment.
Yeah, I think that, who knows, the Jazz were in New Orleans, they moved to Utah, obviously, because that makes a ton of sense. And then, I don't know, they got a new team and named it the Hornets and change to the Pelicans, I think.
Pelicans isn't bad. I feel like that's pretty good for Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty on brand.
Yeah, the Gulf, if nothing else. So.
Indeed. They got that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's that on Klay.
Yeah, Klay Thompson,
and
hopefully.
I guess Chris Paul.
Yeah, and also, that was our Chris Paul talk. That was our Cliff Paul State Farm moment.
Little bonus track. That one's a freebie.
All right, what next?
I like Bronny.
Okay.
Let's talk about Bronny.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the video that you showed me,
Mm-hmm.
where I forgot the guy's name.
Nick Wright, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, look, you know, everyone says that, like, oh, special treatment this, like, nepotism this, like, whatever. And it's like, look, nepotism, you know, you have to acknowledge, like, it has a factor in why he's where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
But the kid's also good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, he's not LeBron, but, you know, give him a chance to play a few years in the league and kind of get his confidence up, get his skills up, get a professional team behind him. You know, he can learn some good skills, become all he was meant to be.
Yeah.
And the dude also died. So,
yeah,
maybe
clinically dead.
Cut some slack. You know, not excusing, but like also, have you ever died and then come back and played a professional sport?
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of...
Other than DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of, like, intellectual dishonesty happening because people are like, no, this is ridiculous. Like, he's only in this position because of his name. But also, like, I don't know why people are trying to pretend like Instagram hasn't been around for, like, 8 years. Like, I can go back, scroll for years and years and years on the SportsCenter and ESPN page and find grown men calling a 13-year-old the most dookie garbage player in the world.
Which to me is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have absolutely nothing better to do.
Well, probably unemployed, but, you know.
It's fair.
Hating LeBron is a full-time job, so you
it's
can't really
a tough burden
blame
to carry. Yeah. And his son.
Yeah.
That's a two full-time jobs.
Yeah, it's
right
working
there.
overtime. Should
Yeah.
get paid. But yeah, people, I mean, I don't know why people act like they're like, oh, this is just an injustice that he's getting this spot. He's taking the spot away from somebody else.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
Name a better prospect. Bronny was drafted at what, 40-something?
55, I think.
55. So
he
it's
beat
like
5 people, maybe.
all those other people up there that took their spot, like, he wasn't coming after those people.
Yeah.
Like, the NBA knows.
Yeah, I think AJ Johnson, he got drafted 23rd by the Bucks. He was literally, like, sitting in the stands at the draft. He had, like, a K. Martin moment. He was just sitting in the stands, like, watching the draft, basically. And then they drafted him at 23. Because he was averaging 2.9 points per game in the Australian Basketball League.
Oh, dang.
And so, but people are, like, getting on Bronny for averaging 4.4 points per game. And it's like...
Come on now.
I mean, like, Reed Shepherd, the guy who the Rockets took, he literally was not even a full-time starter at Kentucky.
I just don't think that was a good choice for us. I'm really upset with that choice. Poor thing. He also just really doesn't look comfortable in front of the cameras.
Yeah, he needs to get his swag up. That's all I'll say about that.
Not a ton of swag at the moment. And not a lot of ball.
Yeah.
So, need to see some more action from him. But no, some people just want people to hate. You gotta have someone to hate. Mm-hmm. Is kind of the motto that people live by, I feel like. And for these people. And so, Bronny's just an easy target.
Yeah.
It's an easy argument.
I don't understand it. Because, like, there's a lot of angles to the nepotism thing. And, like, Nick Wright was talking about, like, I watched Thanasis and Kostas Antetokounmpo get drafted. And still, I think Thanasis is still in the league. And they are not good. They've never been good. But just because Giannis is there, people take a shot. So, I mean, literally, like, Thanasis is still in that commercial with Giannis and Kelsey Plum for, like, 3 seconds. So
at least he has those NIL deals.
So, like, it's happened before. I mean, literally the last 3 years of LeBron's career is, like, him playing a guy, and then ESPN puts up a graphic, and they're like, this is LeBron against Jabari Smith Jr. This is LeBron against Jabari Smith. And it's like, every single time he plays a team, they're like, look, this is LeBron playing against his dad. This is LeBron playing against him.
Yeah.
And it's always been like, whoa, look at how long.
Cool is that?
Yeah. Look at how long LeBron's been in the league. Isn't that crazy?
And then when his own son joins the league, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, this is
let him on the court?
unacceptable. I don't like this.
Joking me?
Yeah, someone who's like a 6th generation Aggie is like, now let me get this straight. He's using his position in life to advance that of his child. Now, something just doesn't sit right with me about that. That's just not right.
It's so funny to me. There's questions. I mean, I guess it goes for any university, but there's questions on like applications in the university, like, do you have a family member that like is an alum of this university or whatever? Mm-hmm. It's like, why do you ask that?
Yeah, why do you ask that, brother? I have family members who are alums of the immigration process. So
progress.
Yeah. Oh, like that's about it. So.
Indeed.
I don't get it. I mean, like, the NBA literally, like, extended the draft to 2 nights, like the NFL does it. Well, the NFL does 3, but extended it to 2 nights because he was going to get drafted the second day, and they wanted to have people watch for full. And we did. Like, we were literally getting ready for Dylan's wedding. And Dylan was taking pictures with a photographer on his wedding day, and LeBron James Jr. gets drafted in the window behind the photographer.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even listening to... She's, like, trying to give him instructions on where to stand, and he's just looking around her at...
Please, there are more important things going on right now.
Bronny's getting drafted right now.
Could everyone just calm down? Take a seat.
Yeah.
So funny.
So, yeah, I think I don't think he's going to be bad. Like, I mean, McDonald's...
I don't think he's going to be bad.
McDonald's has no ulterior motives to give him a spot on the All-American team. I'm sure Ronald is picking... I like to imagine that Ronald McDonald is picking the All-American high school basketball team.
McDonald, comma, Ronald.
Yeah, him and the Hamburglar are out there looking at all of the prospects.
The whole squad's out there.
Yeah, they send them all to Sierra Canyon or whatever, and they're like, go watch Bryce James. See if he's any good. Oh my gosh.
Too much.
Yeah, that little alien from Mac and Me is in the stands underneath the bleachers at Bishop Gorman. You haven't seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
Where there's like an alien and he survives on Coke and he likes Steve
on
McDonald's.
Coke?
Not that kind of Coke. Like Coke. Like Coca-Cola.
Like pop.
Yeah. No, like Coca-Cola. Like branded Coca-Cola from McDonald's.
Oh, from McDonald's.
Please.
That stuff hits differently, though.
Be respectful of the trademark and also the immense amount of money that McDonald's spent to make that.
Truly.
You haven't seen that Drew Gunn video about it? Maybe you should watch that one. But don't watch that one yet. Stay here.
You can watch it after.
Okay. So that's Bronny. Hopefully he does well.
Hopefully. I'm rooting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Hope he does well. I want to see him succeed.
Yeah.
So, everyone needs to take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go for Paul George next.
All right. You're saving the best for last.
Best for last, yeah. Gotta finish out with a bang.
So, Paul George, free agent, signing for the 76ers.
Free agent.
I think he signed a 5-year, $200+ million contract.
Dang.
He's breaking, or 4 years. He's raking it in. And so now I don't know what the Sixers are going to do. Maybe they'll win. I think I was watching something about what Brian Windhorst was saying on maybe First Take, something, I don't know. But he was basically like, this is the 4th time that Paul George's name has been big in free agency. Like when he was leaving the Pacers to go play for the Thunder, it was like, the Thunder are going to win the title. And then whenever he left the Thunder to go play for the Clippers, they were like, oh, he's going to win the title. And now here we go again. Like,
who's gonna win this one?
Oh, so
we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they got rid of Tobias Harris, who scored I think 0 points in their last game.
Probably a good choice.
And I think they were paying him about just as much as they are Paul George. So
that is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
There's too much money being thrown around.
No, that's so that like when we have kids, they're not picking up a baseball, they're not picking up a football, they're gonna be dribbling hard every single day.
They're gonna be hoopers?
They're gonna be hoopers. Because they're handing out cash.
Basically.
To anyone who wants it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, have some good stats, know how to shoot a ball, do a layup.
Be related to LeBron James.
And you're in. Here's your contract.
Yeah. Or be related to anybody in the league, really. Feels like everybody in every league is, I mean, like what Jerry Rice, his son, Brendan Rice, got drafted this year in the NFL.
Oh.
Christian McCaffrey's brother got drafted this year in the NFL.
I saw that.
Like,
kind of cute.
There's so many people that happens all the time. So.
Yeah. Don't know why this one's such a big slip. Probably because LeBron James is just so good.
Because it's LeBron.
Everyone's mad.
Yeah. Everyone is furious about that. But I think that, like, going back to Bronny, because Paul George is just boring to me. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's a little boring.
Playoff P.
He's got two first names.
Yeah, both of them sound like one of them is a Bible character and the other one is a king of England. So, not exactly intimidated either way. But like, I don't know. The Sixers are in the East. I have no way of judging how good they actually are. Because they did not even end up getting to play Boston. They lost to the Knicks. So.
Well, dang.
And without Julius Randle. So. I don't know what the point of all that is. I don't know. Maybe he'll be good. Maybe they'll win a playoff series. Maybe.
That's the hope for them. We can always hope.
Yeah, if Joel Embiid could stay healthy. And I think Tyrese Maxey signed a max extension as well. So, their point guard is there as well. So they have the new big three is in Philadelphia. One of the worst cities in the world. Sorry, Philly fans.
Sorry, guys.
It might be great. We've never been there before. But it's just funny to say that Philadelphia is bad.
I want to know where to go. Like, what even are places in Philadelphia that you, like, set out to go see?
The statue they built of an imaginary person.
What?
The Rocky statue or whatever.
I have no idea.
You've never seen the Rocky statue?
Mm-mm.
You know who Rocky is?
Rocky
Balboa?
Like the boxer?
Yeah. The fake boxer.
Oh.
He's from Philly in the movie, so they built a statue of him.
It's kind of on brand.
It's just imaginary achievements for Philadelphia.
Anywhere you can get them. That's so goofy.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, maybe they can actually build a statue of a real
person?
Yeah, a real champion. I mean, they have a statue of Nick Foles and Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, of course, was coaching the Jaguars 2 years after they won that Super Bowl. So
true. Dang.
Not exactly what you would call a Philly legend. And I think Nick Foles was gone the season after. So
yeah,
I think they both ended up in Jacksonville. They did. Yeah, because what's his name? Jason Mendoza. Found out about it while they're on the mine cart.
That's so
Remember,
right.
Janet said, now Nick Foles is the quarterback. And then he broke his collarbone.
No. So funny.
Yeah.
Watch that show again.
Real.
I love The Good Place. So anyways, what about Kyle Filipowski?
Okay, so do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, so he's a center from Duke. He was drafted this year into the NBA. Famous for being severely injured in a court storming event.
Oh my gosh.
Not really. Just like, I don't know if I'm fully on the side of people like storming courts. I think it's lame. But I also don't really like college sports, so don't hate us for that.
Not a huge fan. I don't know. I know a lot of people that they prefer college over like professional leagues because they think that there's like higher stakes or whatever. Which I guess like you could argue like a lot of these kids aren't going to the league, and so like this is like more desperate for them, I guess, to like get this last little moment in.
I think that a lot of their arguments fell by the wayside because it was like, what I always heard is like, these guys are playing for the passion of the game. They don't get paid. Professional athletes, when they go to the league, they get a paycheck and they don't even care about the game that they spent their whole life training for, and you know, their livelihood depends on now and all that. But now college athletes get paid too, so it's kind of hard to stand on that moral high ground any longer.
It's a little tough. A little tough to do.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But
anyways.
Yeah, sorry. He was in the center of like a swirling debate about court storming because I guess he got his foot stepped on a little bit or something. Or like got run into. I don't remember the story.
Got pushed around.
Yeah, he got pushed around, and then his coach came out and said that he was like questionable for the next game. Like, people have to stop storming the courts because they're gonna get seriously injured. And I mean, I think it's like silly the things that people storm the court for and stuff like that, where they're like, we beat a team that we should beat.
Let's freaking go! Everyone on the court.
Or like, I don't know, you and I have talked about how, like, I don't understand how they're fans of some schools at all because they will never win anything important, like, ever, like, from now until the end of time. So why would you ever be a fan of them? But,
yeah.
I don't know, they storm courts whenever they beat good teams. Like A&M does that all the time, even though they'll never win anything ever as long as they exist as a school. So.
Dang. That's quite a statement.
The only one they've ever won in football was one during, the Second World War? I think it's disputed.
It's a little while ago. Yeah, wasn't super recent.
Yeah.
We've never been really good at football. We've always been average, but this past season we were certainly less than average. So, R.I.P.
Yeah, but basically, Kyle Filipowski was famous for being fatally wounded during a court storming event, even though he was fine and he played the next game perfectly fine. But he was projected to be maybe even a top 15 pick this year. He falls out of the first round. We have to wait a full day to see his name get called. Very confusing as to why that was happening. He ended up being drafted 32nd overall. But then, the reason that he had not been drafted started to come out. There are rumors swirling. Basically, the rumor is that there is a family friend who was about 5 or 6 years older than Kyle. Allegedly their babysitter for him. They became romantically involved while he was in high school. And he has ghosted his family and does not talk to her anymore. He does not talk to them anymore because of this. These are the rumors that are swirling around.
He doesn't talk to their family.
He doesn't talk to his own family anymore.
Oh, yikes.
And so the rumor was that NBA teams had heard about this relationship and were very concerned about the age gap for one, but then also the fact that he was estranged from his own family because of this relationship.
That's ongoing?
Yeah, that's still ongoing right now. So I have some articles here.
What is the age gap?
So I think she's 26 and he's 20 right now. Yes. So the brother of the Utah Jazz's 2024 draft pick, Kyle Filipowski, has alleged the NBA prospect has cut ties with his family and was groomed into Mormon culture by his 26-year-old girlfriend. So she's 6 years older than him. There are pictures circulating of her attending his senior prom with him.
Oh, that's so weird. In high school?
Yes.
So they've been together for a while.
Yeah. Which, if he was, 17 in high school? She was, 23?
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
He's still a child.
Deeply. He's still a child now. He's 20.
That's fair. But, legally he was a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. So, basically, this guy who, I don't know if it's ever been confirmed that this is his actual brother, but his name is Daniel Filipowski, and I haven't seen anything that's refuted that it's him or anything. It's been a while since this happened, but basically he's got on to Twitter and said, look, basically look up and read about Mormon grooming and brainwashing, and you'll find some introductory details in there to connect some dots into the story that is going on here. But this story is basically being swept under the rug for 2 years. He said, what did he say? He said, I'm Kyle's older brother. You all don't have a clue of the extent of the story that has to do with his girlfriend. There's a story that has been pushed under the table for nearly 2 years now. Yeah, basically saying that, that there's no way to contact him because there's no way he's blocked them on everything.
Dang.
And then this is apparently his mom, Becky Filipowski. I don't know if this has no profile picture, but again, nobody has refuted that this is her or not. Someone said she said you were opening a 2-year issue, and she is 28 with an end game 3 years ago to have a diamond ring on her hand when Kyle left Duke. He was still in high school, so that's not her real age. So I don't know if that's even real, but
yeah, maybe not.
Basically. Yeah, so there's the couple's first picture together was taken during his senior prom in 2022, where Hutchinson, which is the woman's name, would have been 24 years old, and Filipowski only 19. So he was 19 at that time.
So he was an adult, but
still,
for all intents and purposes.
The story is that
good lord,
she was the family's babysitter.
That's so odd.
Yeah.
And to cut ties with your family because of it. That's just a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, so we're going to Fox News now because they have more on the story a day ago. So now the mother of this woman, who they're engaged now, by the way, Kyle and this woman, what is her name?
Hutchinson.
Yeah, what's her actual name? We need to dox this woman.
They probably won't put her first name.
Yeah, Caitlin Hutchinson. There you go. Yeah, so I don't know if she said anything, but I was listening to Part of My Take, and apparently whenever he was working out at the Barstool, like, Chicago office that they have, she was there with him at the time as well. She's, like, everywhere with him. Always with him. Like, all his pre-draft workouts and stuff, just goes everywhere with him. It's troubling.
It's a little on the troubling side.
Yeah, but this is...
Oh, that guy.
DJ Burns. Yeah, he had no idea what was cooking in this guy's head right now.
No idea what was going on behind everything. Behind the scenes.
So first of all, how do you feel about all that? That's the first part of the story.
Not great. I could feel better about it. I don't know. Like, I know, like, some age gaps are like, it's okay, whatever. But in high school,
yeah,
I feel like near the end of college is where it gets, like, less weird. Where you're, like, comfortable. Like, okay, like, this age gap is fine.
Yeah.
But he, like, just graduated college, right?
He didn't graduate college. He
went to the draft.
Yeah, he went to the draft, so.
So, yeah, I don't know. And the fact that, like, it was his old babysitter, like, that's kind of creepy. Because that's how a lot of, like, essay stuff happens.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel iffy about that. I'm very hesitant about their, like, meeting.
Yeah. I mean, clearly the other NBA teams were, because fell to the second round because he wasn't talking to his family. The worst part is he ended up on the Utah Jazz. So
I know, right? Is that on purpose?
I don't know. They might have just been like, well, we love that kind of stuff over here in Utah, so our clients, our fans are going to love it.
Yeah.
They're going to love this.
There's someone to cheer for, finally.
We need that Kyle Filipowski guy. His girlfriend is way older than him and super Mormon. Let's draft him right now.
Hey, we got him. We got him too.
He doesn't even need to play. He just needs to be PR.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but...
just touch the ball.
Karl Malone was also a pedophile, allegedly. So, the Jazz just have a thing for, you know, age gap relationships, I think. Dang. Which makes a lot of sense.
But, gross.
Yeah, but that's not the end of it. Today, or yesterday, I guess, and this is according to Fox News, so, again, do with that what you will. Hutchinson's mother, Amanda, so this is the fiance's mother, she says, the couple is now lying low after the media storm, that's in quotes for some reason, adding that there will be things forthcoming. So there will be
things forthcoming?
They're preparing a statement, I guess.
They having a child or something?
I hope not.
This is very concerning.
She says, again, what we've always said to the kids is, for everything that's good, if you have faith at all, there will be adversaries. There's always a negative for every positive.
I mean, sure, but, like, come on.
I don't think anybody's mad at her for being a Mormon.
No. That's not our problem here. Our problem is that you babysat this child and then said, I actually really like him. Yeah. Like, romantically. Mm-hmm. That is a bit of a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't, you know, the Mormon Church is one of my biggie enemies, I think. Biggie? I don't like how much money and stocks and bonds they have for a religious organization. But, like, I'm not going to, like, think differently of someone just because they're Mormon.
Yeah.
That's not my problem with this woman. My problem is that you're being weird, always and forever. That is always my main thing with anyone that I dislike. Don't be weird. It's not about your religion. Certainly not if it's a sect of Christianity. Like, very normal, you know?
Yeah. Weird stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That kind of makes me feel... Ugh.
Yeah. It's just like... Yeah, it's not like her religion is like super far out there, like some like new age spiritualism that doesn't hold any water or has no tradition. Like, it's fine. That's not the issue we have. The issue is you're being weird. You're being a creep.
Yeah.
You're on Dr. Disrespect mode. You're on what's her name? Miranda Sings mode. And that's not cool.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. What else? What else happened here? This is just about the original situation. So yeah, that's just crazy. That you would come out and say that. So it's how we weather those storms. This is It's acting like this is something that's happening to this woman.
Like, girl, this is not about you.
Yeah, I feel like this is not something that's like happening to whatever Hutchinson.
Yeah, ex-Duke star's fiance's mother. That's crazy.
They are really good at writing headlines. Psych. Yeah, I just don't know how you can sit there and be like, look, sometimes the devil is at our door and it wants to shake your foundation in your relationship, but you just have to stay strong. It's actually our faith that holds us together. It's our faith that allows us to groom these children, is basically what she's saying there.
Yeah, it's like, you should have just not met him that way. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, because, like, that's not intrinsic to Mormon faith. Like, she's saying, like, well, like, this is just how we do it around here, and whenever you do things the right way, people are going to have an issue because this world is just upside down now. No, brother, I don't think you should be grooming children regardless, and I don't think that other Mormons would like you being like, this is just how we do it.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of them would disagree.
Yeah. I would hope they would disagree.
We would hope.
Yeah, and I like most of the people that went to our school were Mormon because they have that temple right over here. So
It's true.
Like,
very big.
You know, that's what happens. I don't know. But yeah, that was just a wild story that was happening, kind of like bubbling under the surface as Bronny was getting drafted. So
this is like, they were like, oh, Bronny's getting drafted. Let's slip this in.
Yeah, the elites are out to distract from this. Speaking of the elites, maybe we should talk about that first since we got onto the subject.
The elites? Oh, football. Gosh, I'm so excited for football.
All right, so we got a couple things here.
That was cute.
Which one?
Oh, I like that picture, but yeah, that's his.
Yeah. The picture of LeBron and his kid.
So cute.
Of LeBron and Bronny. LeBron and LeBron. Okay, so speaking of the elites, we have more Ryan Garcia news.
Oh, Ryan. I did see that one. Exposed. Yeah, racial slur that, I guess that doesn't shock me too much.
Yeah. I don't, even like, so we talked about Ryan Garcia in like our second episode ever. Mm-hmm. He basically got suspended, or he got caught using performance enhancing drugs before his fight with Devin Haney.
It was confirmed?
Yeah, it was confirmed after the fact.
Dang.
And so Devin Haney ended up being awarded like a no contest, so he's still undefeated, I think. And Ryan Garcia was like suspended for a little while. But now the World Boxing Commission has officially expelled Ryan Garcia for repeatedly using racial slurs in comments live streamed on social media.
Repeatedly?
Yeah.
Bruh.
So we know that he likes to get crazy on live streams. We watched one of them last time where he had his ad-lib crew in the back.
So funny. I need an ad-lib crew behind me. Just seconding everything that I say.
Yeah.
Amen.
And then one of them twerked at the end, so that was a nice touch.
Yeah, come on. I mean, they're doing the most.
Yeah.
Set the example.
But if you remember, he did also go on a couple rants actually, about how the elites were trying to expose him and how he was, again, tied to a tree and forced to watch despicable things happen to a child in front of him.
Stuff that we will not say on air.
Yeah, because one, I don't believe that they happened, and two, this man is not well.
Doesn't seem so. Maybe a little too many knocks to the head.
Yeah. But even in these comments, like, people are saying, like, call me crazy, but how ironic is it that his career is imploding after trying to expose child trafficking? I feel like I'm going crazy. What?
Yeah, I just feel like it's a little bit of a coincidence. And not even coincidence, like, he's just saying things.
Yeah, he's just actively losing his mind in front of us.
He could be saying stuff about trying to... What? I don't know.
He could be saying, I'm child trafficking. I'm the one who's child trafficking. I'm doing it. I'm the elites.
And they'd be like, call it crazy, hell. Whatever. And it's like, any way you want to turn it, you can turn it. Yeah. But yeah, I think he's just a little unwell. And, I don't think that it's anyone making him say these, like, racial slurs and, like, destroying his own... I think he's destroying his own career. Yeah, because, I mean, he already did it. Yeah. He already exposed the elites. Mm-hmm.
So what?
He already said his piece.
So what's the difference between then and now? Like, I guess, like, in theory, someone got to him, right? Someone, like, I don't know, Bill Gates or Tom Hanks or whoever they say gets to these people. And they tied him up to another tree. And they said, look, you need to go on live right now and say a bunch of slurs to discredit so that you are not to be believed anymore. And I know you already went and said stuff about it, and you would think that if our threats held any weight, we would have killed you already. But now, not only are we going to give you a second chance to do this, but also you're going to listen, even though last time you came straight out and were very vocal about it. Clearly, our threats didn't work on you the first time.
Yeah.
So, one, we believe in second chances, which is not...
Not typically one of, like, a hostage situation or, like, a, hey, you're going to do what I say type thing. Usually it's, like, a one chance moment.
Yeah.
And then...
Especially if everyone gets a second chance. Like, everybody would have said something once and then said, you know what, actually? My bad, I was lying. This just doesn't make any sense. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
And what was he saying? What stuff was he being forced to say?
I have no idea. Someone said Coke talking to him like the Green Goblin mask.
This crash out is so funny.
Yeah, so... I don't know.
CTE is a serious issue. No joke.
But on the same note, I don't know if you saw our boy CJ Stroud at Michael Rubin's white party on the 4th of July.
There's so many people there. Is that Michael Strahan?
Yeah. And then Micah Parsons and then Derek Jeter.
Interesting.
And Tom Brady looking like a ghoul, as always.
He looks like the Green Goblin.
Drewski, Odell, who I don't know who that guy is, but he looks creepy, but other than that, whatever. But this party, I guess, is something
Joe Burrow.
that Livy Dunn is here. Okay. Joe Burrow rising up Livy Dunn. Let's go. He's stealing her from Baby Gronk. Also, Jamar was there.
Okay.
So, like, this is a big party. And there's a lot of celebrities here. And so, I mean, you can see right here. I wonder what's happening in these parties. Starting to lose respect for a lot of these athletes.
How so?
I don't know. They're predators.
What? These athletes are predators? For what?
Because they went to a party.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, you should be. Because this doesn't make any sense.
The only woman that I've seen in these pictures is Livy Dunn.
Well, that's the thing, but...
Are we talking about children? Like child predators?
Yeah. Michael Rubin's rendition of a Diddy party. Nah, bro, all the Illuminati elitists there. CJ Stroud, famous Illuminati elitist.
Indeed.
Micah Parsons.
Commonly out for all things bad.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, devout Christian. Drewski, Illuminati confirmed. Michael Strahan of Good Morning America. I mean, Matt Lauer was on Good Morning America, wasn't he? And he was actually...
Today Show.
Okay, so see, look, Good Morning America is still clean. But, like...
Still holding their name.
Anytime that anyone gets together now, like, this guy literally is just like, I wonder what's happening in these parties. I'm starting to lose respect for them.
They can't hang out?
Exactly. I don't think everyone at that party is up to shady business, but definitely a few of them are, and I imagine it happens behind a few closed doors.
Okay.
It's like, okay, man, this chain is wild. But then, yeah, someone says, guess people can't party anymore without it being bad.
I know, for real. That's what I'm saying. And probably just hanging out. Oh my gosh.
You know what's happening. Just use your imagination. Think of Diddy. No, dude. That's a horrible thing to say to someone.
Why would you want to think of Diddy?
Just put your mind in the viewpoint of Diddy.
Yeah, that's terrible. Why would I want to go to that place in my head? Why would I want to put myself there?
Just imagine the visceral crimes that are happening in there.
Someone said the fact that that's y'all's first thought says more about you than them.
I mean...
It's kind of true, though.
Exactly.
It's like, get your head out of what... Like, not everything has to be something because people are famous.
Yeah.
You know, like, sometimes you just want to go hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's also like... At what point... That's my biggest thing, right? It's like, at what point do you get to be like, yeah, I'm evil now? Like...
Yeah, I am part of the elitists.
Where's the line?
Is there like a party, like a signing?
Maybe this is it. Maybe you go to this party and now you're evil. But like,
it's an initiation, if you will.
Yeah.
For the club.
But like, it's the same thing whenever like you went to nursing school, and then people were like, the nurses want to kill us all, and it's like, well, I don't think Ellie got an invitation to that meeting. Like, I don't think she took the Killing Our Patients 101 class.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for that one. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think people just kind of forget that like these were just like dudes on the street, and
now they can just like they have the money to go and do fun things.
Yeah.
And like dress fun ways or whatever. It's like, don't you and your friends like take trips? Like, don't y'all want to go to Florida or something like that? Like celebrate and like be together or whatever?
Yeah.
Like if I had a chance to like go and take a vacation with my friends somewhere, why would I not? And then why would I not go? And there's little pictures flooding my Instagram of so many friend groups going into like Seaside or California or to Destin or Orange Beach and all these different places, and they like take professional pictures and stuff like that. It's like, okay, what's different here?
It's a Diddy party. All of them are.
My bad. I forgot that's the lens I have to look through.
Yeah, I don't know, because we've known people that have gotten drafted into, like, I mean, Chastity played college sports at the D1 level. We've known other people who have been drafted into professional leagues, and they're just people that we know, and they just like, everybody knows some of these people, and then they just have a different job than we do. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money, but like, Michael Rubin owns Fanatics, which makes all the MLB jerseys, and they're terrible, but like, obviously he knows all these people that are in sports.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they just be hanging out talking about, I don't know, deals with Fanatics?
Yeah. Y'all want them to be dressed up in their jerseys or something? That make you more comfortable?
Or just like sitting in a business room? There's no winning. Like, they just need to be alone. Or I guess like constantly praying.
Yeah. Or just like grinding in the gym like 24/7.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't understand that these people are just like, yep, no, they're definitely pedophiles. Nope, all of them.
That's really whack.
Immediately. Cornballs partying while the real players out there practicing. The 4th of July at night? No, they're not.
No, they are not.
They are not. They're here at this party.
Yeah. They're simply just hanging out and having a good time.
Yeah. So that just blew my mind that people will, because like the Texans posted that CJ Stroud was there, and everybody in the comments like, oh, they got him. Oh, they got to him. No, he's a pedophile now. And it's like, dude.
Bro, what?
We were literally posting him every single day for being like, oh, he's such a devout Christian. Like people that didn't watch football would come up to me and be like, I just love how Christian CJ Stroud is. And like,
you don't, that's the thing, like, you don't know these people. So like, whatever. Some people might be doing good things, some people might be doing bad things, but you don't know. So like, why put that out in the air? Because then everyone's like, oh, for sure, pedophiles. And it's like, don't, like, oh my gosh, people are more dynamic than just what they say in public at like official press conferences and stuff like that.
They're gonna go to parties.
Yeah.
Like Tank Dell was minding his own business at a party.
He got shot.
And it wasn't anybody's fault but the guy who started shooting at a party, you know?
Yeah. So it's like sometimes things just kind of happen. Did he put himself in a bad situation? He's going to a party. No,
yeah, and I think it was with his family and everything.
Yeah.
He wasn't like out, and it was before midnight, so it's not like he was like clubbing or anything.
No.
It just...
Simply living his life.
Yeah.
Trying to have a good time.
Like, dude, do you like to chill out? I like to chill out.
Yeah.
Ellie likes to chill out.
Love a good chill.
They probably like to just chill out.
Yeah.
I
would.
You know how hard it is to get me to a party now when I don't have to be a professional athlete the rest of my calendar?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had to be like, okay, yeah, and also we're going to do like child sacrifice tonight at this party? Like, man, can we just like chill at the function? Like, why?
Why do we have to be so crazy?
Yeah, why? We have to do child sacrifice every night. Every night. We can't just sit down and play Jackbox or something. Like, you guys are so weird. I'm tired, dude.
It's just a really weird sentiment to carry to all these different things that you assume that every single person that like goes these things is doing like despicable things. It's just not true.
Yeah.
It can't be.
And if it was, the world would be over and ending and everything. Like, it's already too far gone then.
Yeah.
But it's not, so.
But then trust, football season's going to come back around and people are going to be like, oh, CJ Stroud, like, he's back. Oh my gosh. Like, God saved him or something like that. It's like, bruh.
He's been fine.
He's already saved. He's been saved.
He's fine. Leave him alone.
Literally just let him live his life.
Let him go. CJ, sound off in the comments if you were actually being crazy at this party, but I think you're fine. So, yeah, that just blew my mind. But speaking of criminals, the U.S. men's national team makes me want to kill myself. I just can't get over it.
How so?
They were eliminated from the Copa America in the group stages. They got grouped out as a host nation when their group was Uruguay, which is a pretty good team, then Panama, and what's the other one? Is it Bolivia? I think so. Like, these are teams that they beat all the time. Not Uruguay, but Bolivia and Panama they should beat. But of course, Timothy Weah punches somebody in like the 18th minute and gets a red card after their game against Panama, and they lose because they played with 10 men the entire game, basically.
Dang.
And then they end up in a situation where they have to perform better than Panama does because they'll be equal on points if they finish with the same outcome. And then they go down 1-0 to Uruguay on a goal that should not have been a goal, but whatever. Like, you can't leave it up to that. Like, literally, Panama, they just had to finish with the same result as, they had to either do better than or the same as Panama. So they could either both tie or both lose and just have the U.S. not lose by more than 2 goals. More than Panama did, basically. All they had to do was finish with the same result as Panama. And they were tied with Uruguay up until like the 70th minute. And then Panama was losing or winning against Bolivia for basically the whole game. Bolivia looked like they were done for. I really hope it is Bolivia, by the way, because otherwise it will look so stupid.
Credibility gone.
But they were losing. Like, Bolivia looked like they could do nothing. And then finally, they just get like some ridiculous breakaway goal. And it's tied. And Greg Berhalter, who was fired from the team already, literally didn't renew his contract, couldn't find anybody else. And they're like, okay, just come back.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And he's telling the team, like, look, like, they equalized in their game. You're good. Don't try and win this game. Like, we just need to finish on a draw. And then the U.S. goes down 1. And then Panama scores 2 more goals. And we're out of the tournament.
Dang.
And it's like, okay, should Timothy Weah have not punched somebody? Sure.
Probably.
Fine. We would have won against Panama if he plays. Because we were leading 1-0 even after he went out. But we have no strikers, especially because he was suspended 3 games after that. And then Greg Berhalter is literally like, look, guys, we're fine right here. We don't need to try and win this game. Let's just hold the tie. And I don't know how he doesn't get fired after this, because it's embarrassing.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Like, Canada just beat Venezuela today. And they're going further than the U.S. has ever gone in Copa America. And this is their first time in it.
Dude, that's really embarrassing, actually. It's a fatal mistake. That's why he's gone. That's why he was out of there.
He hasn't been fired yet. I'm still waiting to hear.
For the second time?
Yeah.
Dang.
But I don't know. I'm like, it has to be, because I don't understand. What else can we do? I mean, this is the only generation of American footballers that's been in all Premier League teams, all European teams. You know, before we were playing with the MLS All-Stars out there. And that's not going to do you any favors. Because they're just college kids that have played a little bit further than they normally would have.
Yeah.
But now we have guys who are training in European academies playing for this U.S. team.
Dang.
And it's still not good enough. And it's just unacceptable. I don't know why. I don't know how.
Coach.
The U.S. is ranked 11th in the world in soccer.
Dang.
And they are losing.
That's real low.
To Panama. How? I mean, no, it's really high.
But how many teams are there?
179 or however many countries there are.
Never mind. Sorry about that.
But like,
that is kind of crazy.
It's so embarrassing. And now we have the Olympics coming up, and we're in a group with France.
Ooh.
I think our group is New Zealand, Guinea, the U.S., and France. And if we don't get out of that group, I'm going to lose my mind, because Guinea has a population of what? Probably like 400,000 people at most.
Probably.
That's like a third of the city of Houston.
Yeah.
We can't keep doing this. I'm going to lose my mind.
They can't keep getting away with this. It's okay.
I don't understand. Okay. We have 300 million people in this country. We can't find 11 of them to play soccer.
No.
I can't believe this. They need to hire Jurgen Klopp, and they need to get Berhalter out of there. Greg with 3 G's is not working out anymore. We're done.
Too many G's.
It's over.
He's not a G.
But the U.S., I feel like, hasn't scored in years. I think whenever, what's-his-name scored against Panama, that was the only goal that I witnessed the entire tournament, basically, from the U.S. Because I missed the first game. They scored once in the 20th minute of the second game, and they didn't score the rest of the tournament.
It's kind of embarrassing.
So, I don't know. They just don't score goals. They play for ties. Our biggest results have been tie against Brazil, tie against England.
Gotta figure out a way to make some goals. Easier said than done, but gotta have some. It can't just be defense. Gotta have some offense. Gotta get some points or you don't win.
Yeah, I don't understand, because we've been playing competitively for the better part of almost 12 years now, and at some point, having a draw against England is not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
And I'm over it.
It's done.
I've had, when I was younger, and it was just fun to see the U.S. in the World Cup, and they would play a couple games against countries that we normally don't get to, basically just not Mexico or Canada, and they would play against somebody from, Brazil, or they would play against England, and it was just fun to be in the room. We're done with that. I'm sick of it. And okay, rant over, but just cannot continue anymore.
We can't let them keep on doing this. There has to be an accountability.
Someone has to go. Someone has to be killed at this point. Because we were literally celebrating tying England. Like we had like the war had ended in the in the Pacific theater. Like Japan had surrendered. And everybody could come home.
Oh my gosh.
And we were celebrating a tie against England, who was famously incapable of winning on a big stage.
Dog water.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. That's a good term.
That's a perfect term for them. That's old stuff. We're not looking at all that.
Ah.
So don't worry, love. I know you're getting stressed out because there's so much stuff here. We're not doing that anymore.
Oh, it's okay. I'll talk about A&M though.
Do you want to talk about the A&M coach?
I just think it's funny.
How long have we been going? Okay, we're still in an hour. Yeah. So, yeah, you can talk about it. Let's see. You can introduce it.
Well, as y'all know, A&M went to the World Series, played Tennessee, won the first game, lost the second, and then it was up to the last game who was going to win. Mm-hmm. And we choked big time.
They did.
It was not pretty. So, I mean, it was fine. I feel like it was exciting enough to even make it this far because so disregard everything that you may see or hear from Aaron on this because he just hates A&M. So, but I like my school. I'm not going to be a ride or die or ignorant to how bad we are in other sports. But baseball, actually, it was not that bad. It was not that bad this year. And largely in part because of the coach that we had. And everyone was oh my god, this coach is crazy. He's so good. He's the one who's turning the tide on our team and whatever. And then the game it ends, blah blah blah, and it's just kind of oh man, that sucks. And so in the press, the post game press conference, one of the reporters asked him hey, there's some allegations going around of you leaving.
Not even that. They were just asking hey, there's the job at Texas is open.
He said something about allegations.
Okay.
That's what the reporter said, something about allegations, and then he was that one was so funny to me. He was I honestly think it's a little selfish that you would ask me that. I think it's completely out of line or whatever that you would even bring that up, blah blah blah. Totally I don't know, taking biting the head off this reporter for just asking him a question that everyone was wondering, and come to find out he was also thinking about because within 24 hours, he takes the Texas job after that press conference.
Yeah.
And which is just kind of like, dude, come on. And then there were rumors. I'm pretty sure it's been proven at this point that he had a burner phone where he used that to convince A&M players to go with him to Texas
during the World Series.
Games, which is absolutely crazy. So maybe that's why they were thrown off their game. You know, it could have been part of why they were like, what? Like, I don't know, why they didn't perform the best they could.
Yeah.
But regardless, I also heard that a lot of the players that did get reached out to by him, they didn't go. They stayed. So, which I mean, like, why would you want to be with someone as, like, sleazy as that?
Yeah.
Who's just there for, like, I don't know, for, like, the game of it. You know, not, like, no loyalty. And I get it. Like, you're not going to have a coach that's going to stay forever. You know, like, they go where the money is, and a new opportunity arises where you get to, like, go for, like, a bigger name school. Like, take it, you know? Like, I get it. But, like, to just, like, be so, like, sneaky and slimy about it, it's like, okay, own up to it, which he did later on after he accepted it, but, like, come on, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, a half-hearted.
His name is also Jim Schlossnagle, so I don't know. Something about that you should have known not to hire him.
Something about it, yeah. Should have been a red flag there.
I mean, what do you say? I took the job at Texas A&M to never take another job again, and that hasn't changed in my mind.
Yeah, he said, I moved my family here, I put my heart and soul into this team. I put everything that I had into this A&M team. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know who you're trying to convince right now. I think it's you, because you are obviously worrying. Well, not really. Like, you have your mind made up, so I don't know why you're literally just saying stuff.
Yeah, I feel like you're making it harder for yourself.
Absolutely. Like, why would you just say, like, oh, I don't know. I feel like even, like, next question could have been better than what he did.
Yeah, or should have been like, I'm taking the job.
Yeah, or something. Like, literally anything could be better than, like, doubling down and being like, actually, you're so stupid, and actually, I cannot believe you as a person would ask me that question in this state that I'm in right now.
Yeah, my theory about that is that he already, like, the reporter probably knew that he was going to take it. He probably already heard rumblings and just wanted him to. I think the coach was not mad that he asked him that because there was no way he would take it. He was mad that he would ask him that and try and get him to admit to it on the stand that night. But either way, like, I think that he had, like, a visceral reaction of just, like, anger of having to address it so soon.
Yeah.
But, like, then don't do the bad thing that you want to do.
Don't do it then.
Because I think something came out where he said, like, basically the same thing verbatim. Like, I took this job at TCU to never take another job again shortly before leaving for A&M in the first place. So
he did?
Yeah, so I think he's just a bad person.
Crazy. This man, do not trust this man. Do not trust him. He's a snake.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think it was pretty funny. I think it was real. I was like,
is that you?
Yeah, A&M fans being sad is the best thing ever. Yeah, I think it was really funny whenever they lost, which no disrespect to the players on the actual team. It is more of a dislike of the people who attend A&M than anything else. But I thought it was really funny that they ended up losing that series after winning the first game. And then I also thought that it was even funnier that the coach did this like the night after.
It's just so ridiculous. That's crazy. Yeah, you didn't even have to, like, at the bare minimum, if you still want to say, like, oh, you're so selfish, I can't believe you do that, like, I pour my heart and soul into this team, blah, blah, blah. You did not have to say, I took this job with the intention of not taking another one. Yeah,
you also didn't have to come after the man's integrity like that.
That's true. Oh my gosh, like, please. Because he addressed them again. He was like, yeah, I can't believe how, well, whatever, I don't know, he called them something else. But I was like, come on, man.
I think he maybe ended up apologizing for it after the fact.
He did.
But still, that's a wild thing to do. Yeah, I know, now he's coaching Texas. There's also, like, a lot of players, like, windmill dunking on him now, because they were just posting things of, like, an Aggie does not lie, cheat or steal or tolerate those who do and stuff.
Those are funny.
It's funny, but it's also like, all right, brother, like, it's over.
Kind of a good roast, though.
Yeah, it is good.
Aggie. It's like, oh, he got him.
It is very good. If the Aggie honor code wasn't a load of horse crap anyway, but, you know, whatever.
Listen,
Yeah.
That's how people call it. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's him. Whatever. R.I.P. I feel sad for the baseball team.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
As people, I do feel sad for them to trust this guy and then have it
squandered and like in the middle of like playing the series, like not being able to trust his intentions and like all that. Like that must have been really confusing. So I really do feel for the team. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man. Yeah. So like for the people on the team, that's really sad. For the fans, especially the ones who didn't attend A&M or have nothing to do with the school, I'm loving this for you. So pick a better team. I don't know why you chose this. You didn't go there. Choose a different school.
Honestly, it's a curse that I have to live with. But other people, you don't have to live with.
Not me.
This.
I'm free of it.
Bruh.
Yeah. The other thing that's going on, I think I tweeted this from the account that we share for the podcast, but I think that like Caitlin Clark has probably like the worst vibes that I've ever seen in any player in any sport, besides maybe Antonio Brown.
The worst vibes?
Yeah.
Why?
Like just watching her play. I watched her play against the Aces whenever literally like Kelsey Plum and Asia Wilson like ate her lunch. Like they ruined her life. They literally, Kelsey Plum was in her bag and Asia Wilson was just getting whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
And the thing about Caitlin Clark is like she will have stretches where she will hit a three. I've seen her do this on multiple occasions. When she was playing the Sky, I watched her do it when she was playing. Who was she playing? She was playing against the Liberty. She did the same thing, where she would go long stretches of the game without being impactful. She will hit a three from her spot, then she will come back down the floor the next position, like shot out of a cannon, and dish it off to a teammate to finish, and we'll get like a perfect assist on that possession. And then she'll just like disappear again for the next like 10 minutes. And go. And she ended up, I think the game against the Aces, she was 1 for 7 from 3. And like,
dang.
I don't know, like when things aren't going well for her, she really is just like in a horrible mood. Like, instantly. She's very mad.
Yeah.
And I get how she might be frustrated with the attention she's getting. But, I don't know, she just like shuts it down whenever she gets mad. She's very frustrated about things that...
Very reactive.
Yeah, I feel aren't a problem. The other big thing that you'll see online is like people who want her to win the Rookie of the Year are like, well, like all of her turnovers are her team's fault because they just suck and they can't catch the ball. Multiple times I watched her throw the ball out of bounds. One time she did like a behind the back pass and it just went to nobody and like immediately got picked up and ran the other way.
I did see that one too.
She got her pocket picked a couple times and was yelling at the refs to call a foul. What she loves to do is, I don't know if she's just used to like the college competition not being as good, but she will try and like pass through people a lot of times, where she's trying to like throw it directly over their head before they can raise their arms, but they just end up deflecting it upwards, and oftentimes it's a turnover.
Yeah.
It was never catchable by her teammates.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if she's still adjusting. Obviously she might be. She was leading the All-Star vote, which is not fair, or is not indicative of her talent level.
Just popularity vote, right?
Yeah, she might end up being the greatest of all time one day, sure. But right now, like...
She has some work to do.
Yeah, Kelsey Plum almost dropped 40 on her head, so...
Yeah.
I think what I said was like me when I'm in a bad vibes competition and my opponents are Luka Doncic and Caitlin Clark. Because they're the same player. Liabilities on defense, the ability to create their own shot, and also to facilitate the offense. But when their offensive game is not working, they will spend more time talking to the refs than they will actually playing defense.
Dang.
And it's so frustrating to watch. Like, people were getting fed up with Luka. Like, Brian Windhorst literally went on like a 30-minute rant about how Luka needs to be better because he's just spending too much time complaining to the referees.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing needs to be said to Caitlin Clark without any air of like, well, I just don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be said, like, look, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
You have to just get over it and move on to the next play. So, I don't know. I was just watching her play and I was like, man, like, who I see right now in front of me is Luka Doncic. But, like, rookie year Luka Doncic, who is struggling a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I get it. It's frustrating starting out in the league and you're trying to get your stride with all these other women who have been in the profession for a lot longer or like a few years longer, got that experience, know how it kind of works. There's not that many players. They probably know each other's tricks pretty well. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but you can't react like she did in college where she like throws the ball down on the ground and like has a little hissy fit with herself.
And is yelling at her dad in the stands and
exactly. Stuff. It's like we've got to find, like, it's okay to be upset. Like, I get upset whenever I don't perform well, but you can't, I don't know. I feel like you can't let it show, you know, because then it's over.
You have to be professional because that's what you are.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why you're at that level that you're at. Not to say you can't show emotion. Not to say, like, you know, again, you can't be happy, sad, angry, whatever, but you got to find a way to, like, display that, you know. And you can let it all out however you want afterwards, and I get it, but, like, I don't know, that's also, like you said, like, part of being a professional sport. You can't let, I don't know.
Yeah, but there's also just, like, maybe there's just something about them. Like, Hera and Luca, they're just very, like, they just make me mad when they're complaining to the refs. Like, they're very, like, everybody turns to the refs and is like...
Yeah, like, oh, wait, I deserve that call or whatever. Like, I know that's that call or whatever.
But I don't know. It's just like every time that something happens, it's just like...
And that can get annoying because it's like, just play the game. Like, don't be so caught up in like, oh, wait, that little tiny movement, like that was it. Go and play ball. Yeah. Get it back.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Luka's such a liability on defense sometimes, is he'll spend half the shot clock down at the other end yelling at the ref. So, I don't know. But meanwhile, I think Angel Reese is legitimately, like, catching up to her in the Rookie of the Year poll. Like, after they beat them, she was, like, lowered her odds to get the Rookie of the Year award. People are saying, like, could there be a co-Rookie of the Year award? No, I think you just really want to give it to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, Body and Joyce is really good, so can we have something else for her? Yeah. No, it's all or nothing.
Nope. I think tonight she had 27 points and 12 rebounds. Dang. She's hitting threes now, so she is finding her jump shot. She's finding her game.
Good for her. Hey, if she wins Rookie of the Year, good for her.
I think she's either
very, very happy for her.
First or second in rebounds, with her and Asia Wilson are going back and forth. Dang. But, like, she's had, 12 straight double-doubles now. The only other person who's ever done that is Candace Parker. Dang. So, in all of WNBA history. So,
gee whiz.
I don't know. I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Caitlin Clark to... It's not going to be the walk in the park that people thought it was going to be, because Angel Reese is good. Yeah. Really good.
Straight up.
And I don't think you can ignore it for much longer.
No. People just want to say that she's inflammatory and, like, start stuff or whatever. And it's like, look, I think she does a pretty good job at controlling her emotions in a professional manner while also showing those emotions. Like, not being extreme about it. And
playing with some spirit.
Exactly. But not letting it control her performance. That's the issue. Like, when it controls your performance and then your team suffers because of it. Like, be passionate, be spirited about your game, but don't let it break your team down. And don't make your team suffer because of you. So, you know. And with the penalties and everything, like, even then, she was just kind of like, that really sucks. I don't really agree with that, but all right, I guess I'm gonna head off the court.
But she also got thrown out for doing much less than Caitlin Clark does on a daily basis, making a dismissive gesture, and they threw her out. And then after the fact, they're like, "All right, we'll downgrade the foul because it wasn't supposed to be a foul." It's like, come on, man. Like,
let's not play the game like this.
Yeah, let's not do this. So, I don't know. That's our WNBA talk for this week. Just know that Asia Wilson's going to win MVP. Woo! And our vote is for Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. So.
Indeed.
But also, Kelsey Plum is going crazy too. The Aces, I don't know if they ended up winning tonight. I didn't see. I know they were down big to the Sparks, and like the third quarter, and then I checked right before we started recording. They were only, I think they were tied 81-81 with like a minute left, but who knows? Hopefully they pull that one out too. But yeah, I think that's pretty much, I mean, the Game 7 of the NHL playoffs was a long time ago. But we were watching, maybe I'll ask you this. So Connor McDavid, basically like the LeBron of, it's July. They lost. Rip. Oh,
in overtime.
Pain.
Dang. That sucks. Sorry, I'm locked in now.
Rip. Yeah, so the Stanley Cup Finals concluded like a week and a half ago at this point. Maybe 2 weeks now. Yeah, it was like the first playoff hockey game that I watched this year. It is very stressful to watch. That is something that I meant to talk about when we were talking about soccer, but there's nothing more like helpless than your team needing to score in either of those sports because it is literally just like
nearly impossible.
Yeah. In soccer, it's worse because like you can go like minutes without even possessing the ball again. But like, man, like Game 7 was like pure desperation. They were like, I think the Panthers went ahead with a little bit left in the second period, and then in the final period in the third, I think for pretty much the first like 7 minutes, the Oilers had the ball or had the puck the entire time, and were just sending shot after shot at the keeper, just like.
Dang.
There was with like 7 minutes left to go. The puck was like literally like free with the keeper on the other side of the net.
Oh.
And like everybody was like diving and rolling all over the place, and they ended up like falling on it, and then the guy got pushed into the net by the other team, but it didn't count because they pushed him into the net.
Oh.
And so they had to reset everything. But like, and then another one, the keeper whose name is Sergei Bobrovsky, he stopped the shot, but he fell over. There's 3 minutes left. The Oilers are down by 1 this whole time. Stops the shot with his stick. Then he falls down, and he like drops his stick, and he's laying on the ground, and the keepers have like huge pads on everywhere, and he's on his back like literally like a turtle. He can't get up, and the Oilers still have the puck, and they're passing it around and they're shooting, and guys are diving in front of the puck to try and stop it. He's still on the ground. He's rolling around. He can't get up. And they're passing it around and shooting another again and again. And he's like barely getting to his feet. And he's literally like can't stand. He stands up. His stick is gone. He has to just like stand there in front of the net. And then finally they end up like stopping the puck somehow. But literally like for the last like 7 minutes straight, it was just people rolling around and diving and hitting things off the back glass and everything. It's like if you really like basketball, but you only like the parts of the game where the ball is loose and they're like diving on the floor and like throwing it ahead on fast breaks and stuff, you probably like hockey. But it was
other than that,
so stressful. Like, because I wanted the Panthers to win because the Oilers came back from down 3-0. They would have been the first team since 1942 to come back from down 3-0 in the NHL Finals.
That's wild.
They would have been only the second team ever to do that. In the NHL Finals, it would have been like I think like the 6th American sports team to do that ever.
Dang.
In any playoff series. But then they couldn't pull it off, and Connor McDavid can't win the big one again. But he was playing like super well, and so they have the MVP trophy, and they have the Stanley Cup, right? So the Panthers, they won.
Good for them.
But the Conn Smythe trophy is not just the Finals MVP, but the playoff MVP. And so they gave it to Connor McDavid.
Good, right? Not good?
I mean, what do you think? He's only the second skater to win it while losing the final series.
So wait, does Connor play for the Oilers?
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays for the losing team. They were in Florida.
Oh, that's kind of odd. Sorry, I'm running on like 1 hour sleep right now. My brain processing is lagging at the moment. That's kind of weird. Is that common?
No, they've given it to I think like 3 goalkeepers and then 1 like outfield player.
Did he play that good?
He was breaking like Wayne Gretzky's like points per game record or whatever because it's through the whole playoffs. It's not just the finals.
Okay, gotcha.
But it was very strange because the keeper Sergei Bobrovsky, outside of games like 5 through 6 or 4 through 6 where they almost blew the whole lead, throughout the whole playoffs he was basically like standing on his head is what they call it whenever you're like on fire in the goal as an NHL keeper. He was like he was cracked out of his mind. And so like I mean like even in the last game like he literally held them to 1 goal in the game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, and he didn't win it. In Florida, like they announced it, Connor McDavid, obviously he didn't go out and get it.
Yeah.
Would you go out and get it? That's the question I meant to ask after all that.
Maybe. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. Would you?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking, because like, it's not just like you lost the series and then you were down 3-0. You were out. You have to win game 4 on your home floor, fly to Florida, win that game, fly back to Edmonton, win that game, fly all the way back for game 7 to where you can win the whole thing. And he hadn't scored any points in game 6, and he didn't score any points in game 7. He didn't record any assists or any goals. So when the moment was the biggest, he didn't do anything. And then he loses and he lets down his team.
Dang.
But he still had like a historic performance. But he's also in Florida, and everybody's booing at the same time.
That's right, because everyone's like, wait, I wanted one of our...
Yeah, it's like, why are you giving it to that guy? Like, he just...
I guess there's... I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird. I feel like I would already be so sad about losing.
Yeah.
That I'd be like, I really just am not in the headspace to, like, try to, like, figure this out mentally. Like, why would you choose me?
Yeah.
Sort of. Like, why now? Why, like... There's just a lot going on, and, like, I'm already upset about, like, letting my team down. Now I have to have this whole freaking, like... rink, like, boo at me or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a choice to not accept it?
He didn't go, so he didn't go out there.
Can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
So maybe I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you
I'd
think
sit
it's mean to give it to him? That's maybe the follow-up question to that.
Maybe a touch. I don't know. I feel like if they would have finished out in maybe it wasn't an option to finish out in Canada. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a hot take of a pick for MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely an interesting choice, but I feel like that they kind of set him up for that, which is kind of mean.
I mean, he could have just won.
It's true.
He could have scored a point in the last 2 games.
It's fair.
He could have done literally anything.
I guess so. So maybe he deserved it. I don't know. But I still think it's a little mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I would have given it to him. But, like, yeah, it was just, like, booing and the thing. And I don't know if it was just our TV or not. But, like, the audio cut out in the middle of that. Because I guess I didn't want to hear him, like, being booed. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know what the commissioner was trying to, like... He was trying to, like, introduce it or whatever. But he didn't just come out and say it. He basically, like, started with, like, this player, like, outscored Wayne Gretzky in these playoffs, and everybody knew instantly and started, like, booing him, like, yelling at him and everything.
Dang. I mean, it's kind of, as a fan, I'd probably, yeah. Because I'm like, if the Texans won, like, the Super Bowl, and, yeah, I'd be pissed.
And then they gave MVP to Dak Prescott or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I'd set it up in flames. I would set my own stadium up in flames.
Well, they don't do it at your stadium. That's the other thing. It would be like if the Rockets won the NBA Finals or something, or the Astros won the World Series, because the Super Bowl is neutral site.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd burn down the stadium that we were in. I don't know. Or I'd just, like, poke holes in the Cowboys' tires. I'd be so upset. I'd be so upset because it's like you're taking that moment. So, you know what? Yeah, that is mean. That is mean. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Yeah. I'd be so upset. Be like, you're robbing us from this moment.
Yeah.
You're robbing us. Like, this is supposed to be a happy moment. The MVP is supposed to go to someone who won. Let us have our full moment. So, you know what? I can sympathize. I'm all over the place, but I can sympathize.
Yeah. That was, like, the biggest things was, like, 1, should he have accepted it? 2, should they have given it to him? 3.
No, they should not.
3, was it disrespectful for fans to boo while he was... Because there's things where they were like, people, you know how people are online, but they're like, he should go out there and accept it. It's so disrespectful to the NHL that he didn't go accept his trophy.
I think it was... they did him dirty.
Yeah.
I think the NHL shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's just mean on both accounts. Mean on him because now he has to go out there and get booed. And then mean because, like, what the heck, you're robbing this team of their victory.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so there was that one.
I blame the NHL.
What you just said, like, should they have given it to him in the first place? That's the obvious one. And then the third one was, like, is it disrespectful of the Florida fans to boo Connor McDavid because he had such a historic run and like it was so crazy what he was doing in the playoffs.
Nah, I don't blame him for that. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
I know. We were there at the Browns game when you were yelling and screaming at the end of their historic run.
Please, if that was historic for them, it's embarrassing. I'm just gonna say they're annoying as heck. Their dog bark, so annoying.
Yeah, they should make elf noises next season. Maybe that'll work out better for them.
Brownie the elf. So goofy. And they have a freaking criminal playing for them, so.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Don't get me started. NFL season's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're getting ready for that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just about it. Yeah, we talked about the NHL playoffs for a long time. I don't think we talked about it that much.
Oh, Olympics.
Yes.
The gymnastics trials. Well, and track. Gymnastics and track and field trials are done. Simone Biles is going to her last Olympics. No. Very sad. Very sad day because she is quite possibly one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, if not the greatest gymnast of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Her, like, I was talking to one of my coworkers about it, and because she was watching it, and she was like, it's just crazy because all these other people, like, they can't even, like, they're not even competing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's in her own competition because the difficulty level of these other people is, like, say, like, a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, like, you know, like, they're hitting all their, like, points that they're supposed to be getting. Like, they're getting good scores. But then Simone Biles is, like, on, like, a 5 scale with difficulty. And she's, like, nailing it as well. And it's just, like, what can you do? You can't hold a candle to that. So, and then it's Jordan Childs, Suni Lee, which I'm so excited that she made it again. Because she had, like, kidney issues.
Yeah.
I think. So, but then she said that once she recovered from that, found a way to control that, she came back better than ever. So good for her. I hope that she does really well. And the backups, there's only 3 main spots and then 2 backup positions, right? So I forgot who the backups were. I think one of them was 16.
Yeah, I really liked Jordan Childs' story because did you see that?
Yes. Oh, I know. She's so sweet.
Where she said, like, she was, because the world of gymnastics, it's no secret, is a horrible place to be. Mm-hmm. It's terrible, and the things that have been done to, like, even Simone Biles and all of them, like, has been horrible to watch. Mm-hmm. I love that our chat is themed brat, but
yeah, literally. Aaron made our conversation, our DMs on Instagram brat themed, so that's always fun.
Yeah, but basically, like, Jordan Childs was ready to walk away from gymnastics forever because of the adversity that the horrible treatment that she was receiving in, like, gyms, like her training gyms and stuff, right? And she was having a tough time getting back into the sport. Simone Biles said, look, come and, like, train at the gym that I own, because she has dealt with the U.S., I think, like, the U.S. coach was the one that was...
yeah, he was weird.
Yeah, so she owns her own gym, and the thing that they worked on most was, like, not technical training or anything like that, but it was confidence. It was getting her back to be a competitor at the highest level. And now she's back, all the way back, and she, like, personally thanks Simone for getting her back there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which is so sweet. So sweet. It's very funny, though. I'm all on my, like, For You page right now is just, like, past gymnastics routines and, like, all that.
Oh, there's CJ Stroud.
Oh, there's CJ at the white party, the white clothes party, all white. I don't know what they call it.
It's certainly not all white, that's for sure. There's Michael Rubin right there. He does look like a creep, but that's not his fault.
He does look a little scary.
Is that Klay? Think so, right?
It looks like it. Yeah, that's Klay. Is that Draymond?
Yes.
Please.
And Aiden Ross. Well, he's a bad person, but not because he's touching kids, because he's, like, transphobic, I think.
Oh. Come on now.
Dang, who was that tiny little... Is that Aiden Ross? Yeah, that makes sense. I think you have to be below this height to ride the ride of internet popularity, so good thing I'm only 5'10".
Looks like it was a fun time. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like they're just hanging out.
That's what it looks like to me. But whatever.
He just looks weird.
Yeah.
But that's not his fault. Some people are just not sexy, and that's okay.
True.
That's if you take anything away from this episode, I think that's what it should be. Some people are just not sexy, and it doesn't mean that they're predators.
Can't blame them for that.
Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think that's it. Let me check actually, let me see if I sent you something.
Let me see. The inbox here?
The inbox. I sent it to
You sent it
the
to
account.
Let's go. I need to log in.
Oh, just the Altuve thing, but that's all right.
Yeah, that was old. The Astros are all the way back, though. They're 2 games back. I think they end up beating... The Mariners end up losing?
Yeah.
They lost today?
The Mariners?
Yeah.
Let me see.
So they could possibly be 1 game back if the Mariners lost today.
No, they won.
Okay, so they're still 2 games back. But they were 10 games back, 10 days ago. So the Mariners' collapse is actually catastrophic. And it's so funny because...
It always is.
All of these people... I think the catcher, Kyle Raleigh, was like, it's always a good day when the Astros lose. Oh. And they hadn't won a game since then until tonight. So they're holding on by a thread, but they are not a good team. Their run differentials, yeah, they're terrible. I don't think they made the playoffs since 2000.
It's embarrassing. Can't count on us when y'all are that terrible.
Yeah, for real.
We're making our way back.
We're almost there. I mean, hey, we're almost top of our division again, so.
Dang.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that their run differential is 5. Actually, they won by 1 tonight. It's 6. So they've scored 6 more runs than they've had scored against them this year. The Astros is 50-something now. Mm. It would have been a lot more if they hadn't almost blown a 13-5 lead, but it's fine. They won.
It's pretty fair. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Almost ridiculous.
Had to throw, what's his name out there? Josh Hader out there, which really sucks, but whatever. You shouldn't have to use your closer whenever you're winning by 8 runs, but whatever. Yeah, have him warm up and throw a bunch of pitches and then go in there and try and get it out. That's great. Same old Astros. But...
Same old Astros.
But hopefully by the next time we record, they'll be in first place again.
Huh. We'll see.
But anyways, that'll do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning back in.
Indeed.
For this special Saturday edition. It is currently Saturday.
It is currently Saturday the 6th.
June 6th. Or July 6th. Sorry, we didn't.
July,
we should start leading with that. But, what
if
can
you
you
made
do?
it all this way, you'll at least know the date and the time.
You'll at least know what today's date is as we're recording this.
So, congrats.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next week.